Come on, BTC. Come on, BTC. Come on, Fizzy.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to Simple Signals. Welcome back to Crypto House. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to everything ever. We're back for another Simple Signals stream where I'm going to be doing the usual. I don't really have any coins to cover. Obviously, I've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, but you know we're just going to do the regular. Have a little nosy, see what's going on with the prices. I say it every single stream, and I say it again. Something crazy always happens, or something great always happens just before I start the stream. Or, you know, as if you, again, I say this, you know what, I should record myself recording myself saying, I should record myself saying that the intro to being, something crazy is going to happen, or, oh, look, Bitcoin's going to this. It just happens all the time. It happens every single stream. But, you know, unlike any other stream, Bitcoin has done something crazy. If you have been, you know, awake today, if you've only just woke up now, you know, I'll let you off. But if you've been looking at crypto today, you will know Bitcoin's been doing a mad movements. Just make sure everything's working. Okay, there we go, perfect. So yeah, Bitcoin's been doing something crazy. Not too dissimilar to any other stream we ever have on Simple Signals. But I'm yapping on now. My brain tells me to get it just for the stream. I tell you this every single time. There's a demon, right, living inside my computer, which makes some things go wrong, makes some things like change. Things I just have to fix things every single time just for the stream. But you know, I'm not gonna lay upon all the negativities. I do want to check Pepe actually, because I just saw recently trending a 30% move Pepe. I think on one of the streams I said Pepe was gonna go up pretty crazy. So I do want to see this. I'm gonna write that down on my list. And if you guys have any other coins you want me to cover, then please do put it in the chat. I will cover them. Have any questions? I believe there was I can't remember the person's name because they haven't got in contact with me. I believe they wanted to you know, to learn about trading. So if you are here, ask any questions. It doesn't have to just be about a coin you want me to cover or a coin you want me to draw. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, you know, what sort of methodology I follow when I draw charts, do ask it as well. You know, as I'm drawing, I'll ramble on to fill the air, but you know, I will more than happily talk about someone's question as I'm drawing a chart. So if you do have any questions, put them in the chat. So hello to everyone on all the platforms. I'm gonna have a quick look to see if there's any names. Kishan, the absolute goat, always here. You know what? You are, again, like I said, special place in my heart. If I go on to this other platform, Mohammed, you know what as well, Mohammed, you are, you know, let me move this chat away because I can actually see you. You've been I don't know how many on a row. Kishan, Mohammed, you guys, all right? Can't even remember. I think it's been pretty much every stream you've been here. So thank you so much for the support. Every single stream you've always been here. Thank you so much. Ruben, you're here as well. Welcome, Ruben. Welcome to the stream. If you got any coins, put them in the chat. So I'm not going to yap on much longer. Let's have a quick look at CoinMarketCap, just see what percentages we're looking at. Tremor says, "What you mean?" I mean, if you've got any coins you want me to look at in terms of doing TA, put them in the chat. And if you have any coins in general, do ask them because I will answer. That's what I mean. But anyways, so Bitcoin 67.3. Okay, we broke 67. Believe during today. You know, no surprise there. You know, I think the world knows the greatness of Simple Signal streams. I think everybody around the world within crypto is fully aware of Simple Signals and how great it is. So they all, you know, something always crazy happens before the stream, as I just said. So yeah, 67.3. We'll have a look at that. We did have a bull pennant. I think Mike put it in the in Telegram chat, in the other chat, in the other area, which I can't. He did put it in there, so we will have a look at that. I have already had that drawn on my chart as well. I don't believe I drew it last stream, but I have drawn it, within between last stream and that and now. 67k target reach. Yeah, I'll have to see what my previous TA was. I kind of do this every time. Look at what my previous TA says, and as I said, I think last stream or stream before, it's kind of like Dawn Explorer. I'm sometimes more lost than you guys are on the TA because I have to because there's so much greatness going on every single stream that I can't hold it all in my head. So I have to kind of like, take some steps back to kind of read it and then go forward. But anyways, again, Bitcoin set nearly 7.5% up in the 24-hour. Crazy. 7 day, 23%. It's just absolutely mental. I mean, these percentages are just crazy. Solana's hovering, but it's at 17%. Solana's been a bit of a wild dog in terms of following or not following TA, as you guys might know from the last stream. My TA just didn't even it wasn't even thought upon by the Solana action, so that was unfortunate. But we'll see how that goes when we look at it. But the main coins that I cover: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. I do have Pepe on the list now because I did do some TA, which I wanted to look at again. But yeah, need to make sure I can speak appropriately with some water. So Bitcoin, mess. It's a mess. It's a mess right now. Okay, I get that. But we'll zoom in, have a quick look. So I'm going to hide some things because it's very messy and I can't tell what's going on. I'm going to have to delete some of these things. You know what? Let me delete some. I'll delete these lines. They might not be needed. Okay, so the white line. Why did I draw this white line? Oh no, here it is. I've forgotten everything. Okay, so when did I draw this? Okay, we kind of followed this. We kind of just hovered down and bounced off it. We did technically follow this white line. We kind of hovered down. We rose up, bounced off it again. We kind of came down. Okay, we did follow that white line decently. We've kind of been following down into this pathway. I mean, if you looked on the 4 hour, I'm not sure the day. I think the day is very small. Yeah. So if you looked on the 4 hour, you'd see this this bull pennant here. And if we actually use the height of the entire movement, because we've basically been in bullish movement, which makes sense. We've been especially during this time frame, we've been in a bullish movement the entire time. So it's been a huge pole for the pennant flag, which takes us to about 74,500 for Bitcoin. So pretty crazy. Those spam is nice. That's good as well. So we've got some healthy viewers as well. Healthy viewage on this certain platform, and not a lot of spam is very, very nice to see. But yeah, so we've got a crazy thing in terms of we've got a crazy price point for Bitcoin. Or long term, not very crazy, but in terms of what we've seen, we're approaching the 69. I think I already drew it. I think I drew this to the exact. I can't go back. It's on the 1 hour, but I think I drew this to the exact in terms of the last high. I know it was 69,000. I think it was 69.2 or something like that. But if we look at our trend line or this pole, we've been steadily bouncing off it, nearly basically 3 times now, going on to the 4th time. So we're following this trend line pretty accurately. So that's good to see. So if we kind of estimate this, so we probably might see continuous movement. Actually, that wasn't really a proper bounce. Oh, there we go. Did it properly. So probably bouncing up until maybe even coming actually more upwards. Oops, I'm doing it wrong. I'm trying to estimate maybe coming up to here, and then I think when we get towards this area, obviously I don't even know where our EMA is right now. That's the wrong one. Okay, so EMA, it's what's nice is that we're following a more of a structured pathway upwards for the price. So our EMA is actually staying with us. Obviously, if we go back to where we were, it was we had huge differences in the EMA. Obviously, right now we're going pretty heavily up, but if we start to follow a more of a structured approach like we are right now, obviously we had these big green wicks upwards, or big green candles upwards. Our EMA should start to kind of do this and kind of arch upwards, which will then coincide. And I haven't mentioned it in a while. I haven't really seen it, but I do mention the fact that when the EMA meets a price point of resistance or support, it's like a pressure cooker, and we have a big movement upwards. So what I think is going to happen, I don't really think we're going to. I mean, I think we'll at least bounce once off of 69.2, at least once. I don't know if it'd be too much resistance. I'm not sure. I mean, we might hover a bit and then continue to go upwards. So it might be a situation where I don't know why I just pressed Control Z. I could just delete. I don't know. Let me delete these. There we go. So it could be a situation where obviously we hover upwards, kind of bounce, maybe kind of hover a bit and then continue to go upwards. I don't think we're going to straight through. I mean, it'd be pretty funny just to see us go straight through 69,000, not even like contemplate using it as a resistance point, because it is the highest point we've seen for Bitcoin, which is an outstanding number in terms of the price. So I wouldn't expect it to not do anything. I'd expect it to do something, but I don't think it's gonna completely ricochet us off down to like 50,000, 52,000, whatever it is. So I think we're definitely gonna go past this, but I think we might see a bit of resistance at this price point. I mean, I guess I'm going to kind of look at previous price points. I mean, we drew this 63. We drew these quite a while. You know what? That was a very good confirmation. When you can earn, why? I know what you mean though. Why ask for money when you can ask for questions and earn? I like that. That's a good one. It's very true. If you've got any questions, just ask it. SHIB knows in advance. I think that was a slight suggestion to look at SHIB. I will look at SHIB near the end. We've got a very anemic list of coins right now. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, which are the usual ones anyway, and then we've got Pepe and SHIB. So, some more suggestions. I mean, obviously, if you don't want to hear my voice ever again, you hate me and want me to get off the stream, I understand. It's fine. I understand. Not everyone in the world can like me. It's we're quite close. Like probably everyone in the world likes me, but there might be a few outliers there. So if you don't want to hear me, that's fine. Don't suggest anything. But I do want to. Have some coins. I don't know how many I normally do, but I normally do more than 5. So yeah, do suggest your coins. So if we look back at some of these lines, I think I did it stream before last or something. I can't remember exactly what stream it was. I think it will actually no, on Wednesday. I didn't do it Friday, and now it's Monday. Yeah, so it was last stream. So within this area, we were down here. So it was Wednesday. So Wednesday, when we were bouncing off, which I said we would bounce off. Yeah, I'm great. I know. Don't have to say it too much. You're speaking too quick. Yeah. Okay, my bad. Sorry. I'll slow down. Don't worry. It might be a longer stream though. We bounced off of this price point here. I'll enunciate my words better as well. Let's refresh. Let's take it a step back. All right. I'll do better. Don't worry. So, the last stream we were on was Wednesday. We bounced off this price point back at 60,000, which I thought we would, which I was saying at the time. I'm pretty confident this order block area will be where we ricochet off of and go upwards. But regardless, this was the time I was doing TA. So if we kind of zoom out a bit and look at the price levels, these price levels I drew quite a while ago before any of this price action happened. And as you can see, we did follow pretty much each and every price point pretty accurately. I mean, maybe not 64.3, but it was a red Firecoin. I'll look at that as well. So the red one might have not been a proper, it wasn't too crazy in terms of following. I mean, we kind of bounced off once. We did also bounce off the white line, which is good. So the majority of the lines I drew before any of this price action happened were followed pretty accurately, which is good. It's nice to see. I'll delete this red one. We did technically bounce off it once. You know what? To be fair, it was kind of a similar situation with with the white line, where we kind of came up, bounced off it, and then just went past it. So I'm gonna keep. I don't really need it. I'll keep it though. I'll keep it. Yeah, Firecoin. I'll look at it. So we can see if we look. If we look back, so our purple lines were pretty accurate, and obviously our green one. So we followed this purple line pretty accurately, 63,000, 62. This was also pretty good. We bounced off this a couple of times, and the green one. I'm just kind of looking back to see how good our TA was. Looks like a ladder. Yeah, it's like a ring up, boom, ring up, boom, ring up. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly how Mike describes it. So you're spot on there. He explains price action being normally when you're in an uptrend or downtrend, being like a ladder. We don't just go straight upwards. We have to test the rings below us to make sure they are proper support and will keep us up properly as we go along. Hopefully my speed is okay. But regardless, I've glanced at what we already did previously on Wednesday. So if we kind of zoom out, we can see we had this bull pennant. We take some steps back, look at the general price action. We can see Obviously, we dipped down a tiny bit here. It doesn't. I mean, it's pretty accurate. If I can kind of do this, maybe this is probably more accurate. To be fair, we were in this pennant for quite a while. Obviously, there was a midpoint of this pennant, which I drew. Yeah, I know I'm great. You don't have to spam it too much in the chat. Okay, I can't read everyone else's comments. Speaking like this makes me really need to drink water there, but it's fine. And as we can see, we actually followed suit with this Bitcoin pennant. I believe it's like 66% of the time we do follow these chart patterns. So I'm glad we didn't just come. It was like a head and shoulders situation where we came up, hovered, and then came down to 57, and then that would be very sad because we wouldn't get as much money. Oh, hopefully that wasn't too loud. I should probably close my window, but I think I have noise suppression on, so hopefully it's not too loud. What's funny about I love seeing this. I love seeing this because it just demonstrates how indicators, as much as they are great, you cannot follow them 100% of the time. So as you can see, I haven't even glanced at mark cipher or anything. We can see we had a red diamond, blood diamond. Oh my god! If I was Frankie Candle, yeah, I'm going to start dissing people. If I was Frankie Candles, I'd be saying we're going to go down. But at least I'm not. I'm a nuanced person. And if I was to follow the TA of what market cipher A indicates to us, which is like the loser indicator, we would obviously we'd bounce off a bit, but we didn't come down. Oh my god! Oh no! Bitcoin's going to end. We're going to lose everything. We're going to come all the way down to 60,000. It's over because this stupid red diamond. Because market cipher, as much as it's like, oh yeah, the amazing indicator, and oh my god, every single big YouTuber uses it. It's not. It's like you can't just follow it, blindly because it's telling us, oh, it's going to go down, but it has no nuance. That's the problem with indicators. Indicators don't have nuance. They don't understand, news or normal supply and demand, economical actions, like how it should make sense. Okay, if there's if there's huge suction out of the market, that's going to be less and less supply per demand, and it's going to boost the price up. It's just simple. That makes sense. But indicators don't know that. They can't read the news. They can't read data like that. If there was an indicator to read that data, it'd be a different story. But obviously with these great indicators, which give people all this money, it obviously doesn't follow that, and subsequently suggests to us we're going to come down, but we're not. Likewise with mark cipher B. If you've noticed, I do look less and less at mark cipher and pretty much anything apart from some significance. That is like the guiding torch which follows me. Obviously, when we have this sort of price action, if we unhide it, it is a dynamically drawing support and resistance points. So I don't have to draw any of this. However, they do have to catch up when our price starts to slow down. But what's nice to see is that the 2% range of the highest support point is actually basically directly at where our red line was, which we drew quite a while ago. So that's always nice to see. But I don't need this because it doesn't help us. Apart from the EMA, none of this helps us. So I'm just going to hide everything apart from market cipher B. I do like to look at basically the money flow of market cipher because it is the trend. It is the general thing. It doesn't suggest to us if we're going to come down or not. But it is definitely useful looking at money flow. Best indicator for suggestion. As much as I've just dissed the entirety of market cipher B is very useful. Market cipher A, not so useful. I never look at these like red dots or blue things. I don't really care. Obviously, oh look, the trend reversal, it told us there's a trend reversal and we went all the way upwards. But, I don't really look at it. It doesn't matter. I maybe look at the EMA. I should probably just hide market cipher and just look at the EMA. I don't really look at market cipher A too much. I don't really care for it. It's mainly just the fact that it demonstrates, bullish and bearish like price action due to the fact of the EMA, like if we're below or above it for a long period of time. But I don't really look at it too much. Market cipher B is very good. I do like market cipher B. You just need to understand how to read it, and when it's not like following a good structure. Like right now, it's not following a good structure. Our price is just going up based on general price action. It's not based on anything like data where the market cipher can read off it. It's just based off the chart pattern and basically the general understanding that the price is supposed to go up, so it should go up. So as we can see, we've got this red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot situation, which I don't like. No one likes this. It doesn't actually help anybody. It's suggesting to us at this price point, which is here, it's suggesting at 67.5 that we've got an amazing resistance point, we're going to come all the way back down. But the one thing I do really look at, VWAP is okay, but it's mainly just the money flow. As you can see, we're still positively going upwards, so I still think, which is our trend, we're going upwards heavily green. We're going to continue to go upwards. So, in these sorts of situations when the market's going crazy like this, Myra, okay. Did you know Coinbase crashed again? Yes, I did actually. I think I saw in the news area, I think everyone's balance was like 0 or something. Obviously, not actually the balance, but the display of it. Hello, can you help me? Yes. What do you need help with? But anyway, yeah, so I don't really look, I just mainly look at the money flow when we're in a situation like this, when the price is just going crazy. So there's not really much more for me to add. We're kind of just moving the same until we reach the price point we're supposed to. The only thing I can add to that going forward is the highest point we've seen for Bitcoin. I'm not saying something crazy. I don't think I'm saying something crazy. Hopefully, maybe you guys can back me up here. I don't think I'm saying something too, out of the world. I do think the previous highest ever point for Bitcoin is going to be somewhat of resistance. Maybe 70,000 as well. I'm gonna draw these in. I don't know actually. Blue. These blue ones are going to be like just general looking price things. What do you call it? Like price points. These aren't backed by too much data, but it's just these are just general price points in which there's, it's just general, 72,000, 71,000. These are just going to be like natural numbers of resistance. We're going to see. I probably look at, I can't bother to draw these, I don't care. You get what I mean? Just every round number. You know what? No, 70,000. I think I will definitely draw 70,000. But the rest, yeah, whatever. It's the same thing. I don't really think there's much I can draw. I mean, okay, I'm gonna go off a whim. Okay, I'm gonna go something crazy here. Ready? This is all right. This is analysis. This is analysis you've never seen before. This is analysis. This is methodological analysis I've never seen before. Okay, that's how you know we're doing something crazy. So we're gonna be a bit kooky here, and and use the Fibonacci level between the resistance point we think we're gonna get to and right now. Okay, and then we're gonna look at price levels. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that on the screen. Okay. And we're gonna use these price levels, and see what happens. Okay, so ignore me. Okay, this is theoretical. I want to test it. Okay, but someone said resistance is around 75ish. Yeah, roughly 74.5, 75. Is definitely where resistance is. Absolutely. That's it for Bitcoin. I don't really have much to say. There's not much to say. It's just that we're moving in a trend. We're bouncing off this trend line upwards towards 74.5. We'll probably go see resistance at the previous all-time high ever, and maybe 70,000 as well, going from 69 to 7. That's that's a pretty big leap as well. But the theoretical is me drawing fib levels. That's pretty much it though. So we kind of bounced it off here. We used its support here. You know what? This might be. I might have invented something here. I am so good. Anyway, I know. Let's all stop rivaling in my greatness and let's continue on to Ethereum. Now, if you look at the time and going, oh my god, we just spent so long looking at Bitcoin. How are we even going to cover all these coins? I hardly look at these coins too long. All right, let's see what's happening. Okay, our lines are pretty accurate. So let's draw. So Wednesday, it was about 10 o'clock. So okay, so this was okay. Here we go. Yeah. So blue line is where I drew all these lines at. So we can see we actually followed these lines pretty accurately. Not Myra. Oh, right. Okay. Myria. I will look at Myria. Anyways, so we can go back and we can look. Okay, interesting. So let me get square or the rectangle, whatever. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let me have a little analysis of this. Okay, so we're gonna story time this. Okay, so order block. Okay, let's pretend we were over here Thursday. We've got roughly equally heighted candles. This produces the order block. In theory, this is all theoretical. Obviously, it depends if you follow this or not. This is theoretical. So in theory, this produces an order block where we will see resistance. We pretty much saw it here. We saw it here, and the midpoint is very important when we're looking at order block. As we can see, we bounced off it numerous times. This is beautiful. Okay, screenshot this if you ever want to learn about order blocks. and breaker blocks. So there's this thing called a breaker block. A message. So things called order blocks. Midpoints are very important for the order block. As we can see, we bounced off the exact midpoint for these numerous of times, and we use it as support. Now, what happens when a bullish breaker block forms is when you have a huge, bit of liquidity which sweeps the price all the way upwards above the order block completely, going from the midpoint, and then we recede back into the breaker block. There we go. Let me demonstrate this. Yeah, this is pretty much it. So the order block forms. We're below the order block. We sweep upwards. We enter back in, and we come upwards. What happened over here? We made the order block, bounced, came into it, swept upwards, retract back into the midpoint exactly, and then came upwards. So we've got a breaker block here. So this is going to be our support. Pretty strong support here. Basically 5,500, 55, 13. So let's keep that there. Now let's also analyze what other lines we saw. So we drew, basically all these lines were drawn on Wednesday, pretty much. Some of them maybe not. So I drew this 3595 line. I don't know when I drew it, but I drew it. And it's been pretty accurate. I know, okay, stop. I know, you're thinking to yourself right now, you're looking at the screen going, oh my God, I can't believe that someone can be this great at drawing lines and resistance. I don't know, okay, it just happens. I just, whenever the stream ends, I'll turn the button, press the finish live button. I just believe and go, oh my God, what just happened? And it's because there's this greatness inside of me which just takes over and just completely just produces this greatness onto the screen for everybody to witness. So I'm in the same boat as you. I don't know how I do it. I just do, okay? I can't explain it, but it just happens. You just have to have that feeling in you, But yeah, I'm joking. I think it might have been a previous high. I don't know why I drew this line. I forgot. Again, Dora Explorer situation. I have to look at the same chart you do and try and understand it because I did this like however many days ago I drew this. But regardless, let's stop looking at the past now. Let's look at the present. So, if it dips position, please. Let's draw this here. Here we go. So we've got previous highs here. So look. So we've got we had a quick movement upwards for the price to form this breaker block, which is now going to be support. We came all the way back down to the midpoint, and then we came up to the same price point at 35, 34, and we retracted backwards. So this is a good price point. Okay, I know there are being coins written into YouTube. I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at not saying names. I know there are names being written into there. Is Kaglaihan, is that a coin? Or are you just accidentally typing things? Okay, we've got a lot of coins now, guys. We've got a lot of coins. All right. So thank you for also. I believe these are on that other platform, which I actually am not on right now. I could probably go check it though. So thank you for all the suggestions. I will look at all of them. But I know I'm great. But let's get back to this. So where are we going to go to if it dips, please? Okay, so if it dips, I think 35, 34 is a pretty good price point. As we can see, look, it was a high and we bounced off it. We came back to it and then stayed below it. So, wicking to a price is important, but closing below a price consistently is also just as important. So we closed below this price twice, and then we had a quick movement upwards and tested below it. We tested it as a support, and then we came above, and we printed above it, and we closed above it as well. So this is a considerable price point, and then we can see, if we went to the 30-minute, we can probably see it a bit better. There's just quick wicks upwards, whatever. Get the pen tool. So we can see, we came above it, and then we bounced like this, and then came up. So this is going to be a good price point as support. So we've got 35, 34, 35, 50, 13, and we've got the midpoint of 34.89. So we've got a couple. We've got a couple price points below us in very quick succession, which are going to keep us upwards. So we've got a lot of support for Ethereum. So in terms of retracements, 1.26%. But we've got to keep this in mind. Bitcoin is going to absolutely just fly upwards. So what I could see happening, we've used this price point as resistance. Obviously, Ethereum is another big point. It's got a mind of its own. It's not just going to blindly follow Bitcoin. What I could see happening is when Bitcoin reaches its all-time high ever, I think we're going to have a bit of like a hoverage, maybe bouncing off it and then coming back upwards again, which will mean other coins may also follow suit in terms of the general trend. So I think Ethereum, we might either hover or stay above this line. What even might happen is we come up and then we either hover and then come downwards when Bitcoin reaches its all-time high, or when we start to come upwards, Bitcoin reaches its price point. We use this price point as support, and then we come upwards again after it's all ended. So I think this is a decently important price point. I don't know how long it's going to take for all these things I'm saying to happen. This is on the 1 hour, by the way. But I definitely think 35, 34 is definitely a good support point. So if you were to short Ethereum, not financial advice, I'm not saying short it, I'm just saying if you wanted to. I don't know if I'd advise for it, although our momentum is quite positive, is quite negative. We should come downwards, which we are. Money flow is still very positive. We could, like I was saying with Ethereum, we've got a VWAP up going downwards and starting to go to the negative. We've got momentum coming downwards and printing a red dot, but our money flow is still going upwards. So if our money flow starts to arc and come downwards, we could see a movement downwards for Ethereum. So the way I kind of see it is line. I'm gonna change color to blue and red. So the blue line is kind of how I see it happening. So where we kind of have a hoverage of the price and then come downwards if the momentum starts to fall or the money flow starts to fall. But if money flow starts to continue to go upwards and Bitcoin continues to go upwards and quickly gets past its all-time high, we will probably see the red line situation where we bounce it and use it as support. It just depends on how Ethereum acts before Bitcoin reaches its all-time high. So if Bitcoin reaches its all-time high and Ethereum is still hovering or bounced off below this price point, we will probably come down to this price point at 35, 34. And kind of hover and then come down. That'll coincide probably with the fact that money flow starts to come down. But like I said, if we actually break above this and print above this price point before Bitcoin starts to probably hover a bit at its all-time high and then come upwards, we'll probably see, its all-time high, we broke upwards, and then we hover, and then, okay, obviously, these aren't, height based. This is just a general trend. This isn't based on actual exact price. So I just want to point that out. But, Ethereum will come up, we're above the price point. Then we start to reach all-time high, and then we'll start to hover. And I think we might use this price point as support and then come upwards again for the price. As Bitcoin, breaks its all-time high, we absolutely shoot up. But as soon as Bitcoin breaks its all-time high, we shoot up. Things are all just going to surge upwards. So in the general trend, I think everything's just going to come up. Which isn't, I don't think I'm saying too crazy here. But I think I'm trying to go a bit more in depth with Ethereum. This is, theory crafting. But what I can see happening, as our EMA, I'm going to make this white again. Let me delete it so it's white. There we go. So as our EMA starts to come upwards and kind of do this, we probably could meet our EMA and then bounce off it again, which would coincide with this kind of blue action here. So I could see blue happening, but, it would have to happen quite soon because we're on the 1 hour and, things are just continuing to go upwards. So it's not like it's going to happen, Ethereum's never going to break 35.95 or anything like that. I think it's going to have to happen quite soon, within maybe today or tomorrow. But it would be, about 1.5% move downwards for Ethereum. So, whether it happened or not, it's your judgment. I just try and draw how I see it happening. But, I think, we could hover. But again, if we break above and print consistently, we'll probably use this price point as support and continue to go upwards. I'm prefacing everything, regardless of what happens, Bitcoin's going to continue to go upwards. Everything is going to follow suit and continue to go upwards. So this is just kind of a short-term movement. So moving on now, I'm going to have to start being quick. We've got a lot of coins to cover. Okay, so what have I drawn? Okay, so it did happen. Just some water. Okay, so again, chart patterns, it's like a 66% chance happening, so 33%, not too crazy. So we didn't follow this action in terms of, having, it's probably a bit easier to look at the 4-day. Yeah, maybe not, I don't know. I'm going to delete it all, it's fine. I thought, we would have come down, we had, this flag and then come down a bit more and then come upwards. But we do have this kind of area kind of keeping us up as well. It'll bounce, and then we nearly bounced off it here, roughly. Maybe not another bounce. I'm trying to look for a general trend. We had a boom, and a boom, maybe another boom. But again, as everything moves upwards, we're probably not going to be down here much longer. In terms of, okay, this is a crazily strong. These are very equal in terms of their height, so I'm going to use this pretty consistently. Okay, this is pretty good. So we've got an order block here. As we can see, very equal high candles. We entered back into it and then fell all the way back down. Entered back into it, fell all the way back down. So this is going to be deep. So we've tested it twice now. I think 3 times causes a pattern or whatever it is. So we're not quite 3 times a pattern yet. But, considering the fact we came down below it, came in, came down below it, came in, came down below it, it could be a trend. It could be actually official. But the fact that we've already come into it twice and then done the same thing indicates to me that this is actually an order block. So we've got our resistance point. We've got a resistance area for Solana. Not saying we're going to stay below it forever. But, like I said with Ethereum and how the general market... Do we have any support resistance? We do. Oh, I am the best. Oh, I just absolutely slammed my table. Hope it doesn't look too loud. I'm the best though. I am just the best. Like, look, bottom of the order block resistance, top of the order block resistance, basically the order block resistance. If we draw a general square or rectangle over the whole thing, it's basically the same thing. I know I'm the best. We do also have support. Actually, I'm gonna quickly go back to Ethereum just to see if we've got any. Oh, look at that! I'm just simply the best. The area within the breaker block is support. Look at that. I'm just the best. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I know. I'm absolutely just trouncing on all other people you look to draw TA. I'm gonna get rid of something. I'm gonna kind of try and keep the graph clean so we can kind of see what's going on. So we've got this bottom area which we drew on Wednesday. Did I draw it on Wednesday? I don't know when I drew this. Oh, it could have been Saturday actually. Yeah, actually, it could have been Saturday, to be fair. I might have looked at this on Saturday. I don't think I looked at Ethereum. I might have looked at Solana on Saturday. I'm not sure, though. But regardless, looking for previous support, it looks like we have this line here. Make this white. So we can see, get the pen out. We've got this, here, roughly here, kind of. We kind of bounced off it, kind of used it here, and then here. We've got a consistent area of support. Use it over here if I drew it back, but I don't use it here. So we've got a consistent price here. Move this back at $127.50. Keeping us up. So this is a good support point as well. So this is kind of the midpoint as well. So if I was to draw, I think, do you get a midpoint in this? You do. So 0.5. So the green line. If I draw this here we go. So you can kind of see like it's roughly near the center. I'm saying enter. Of this range is the midpoint, which kind of makes sense. This is the midpoint roughly of this kind of general area we're in between here and here. Midpoint, considerable area, very good. We do have this order block keeping us below, which looks pretty consistent. But like I said, ignoring where we are right now, let's pretend in the general idea that we bounce off it and come upwards before Bitcoin kind of sees what's going to happen. In terms of reaching its all-time high and whatnot. I could see something happen. It wouldn't be too shocking for me to say, where we do kind of this situation, bouncing it back into here, and then coming upwards again. That isn't beyond the realm of insanity. I could see that happening. Similar to how Ethereum should go, where it had it was at the line here, we kind of bounced, where we would come up and then use it as support and come upwards again. I don't think that's too crazy to say. However, we are very far away from this order block, and it is quite thick, so we'd have to move quite heftily upwards to kind of come upwards. But bearing in mind, the 24-hour and the 7-day of Solana, as you can see here, it hasn't really followed how everything else has followed. So if you pay attention, if you remember to how Ethereum was, where we were kind of just constantly going upwards, similar with Bitcoin's obviously constantly going upwards. We had that movement here, but we've bounced straight back downwards within this hour. So, it's not following exactly how everything else is following in terms of like how Bitcoin is and everything else. So I think we should, we should have to quickly act, because bearing in mind, if we come back to here, I would think I was saying the same thing maybe over here, where here we go. It was here. So things were going up and things were kind of acting. I think Bitcoin was doing something. I can't remember what it was doing. But it was kind of acting, maybe it was really bullish, I can't remember. But Solana hadn't quite done that yet. So I thought we were going to stay below this, and then all of a sudden it happened. So Solana had a bit of a lag period before everything else and itself to kind of do the same action. So if we kind of, bear that in mind and apply that to where we are right now, how everything is continuing to go upwards, Solana's kind of been hovering in this area. It hasn't quite gone upwards yet. So, but I think there might be a bit of a lag period between what Solana does and what Bitcoin does. So I think we still have time before we start to see Solana really just start to come upwards. So I don't think this ideology of going above the order block, bouncing and coming upwards for Solana is too hard for me to, too crazy for me to say. So I do see that happening possibly soon for Solana. If we don't, we will probably just stay within this range as we have been doing. But I don't really see that happening. Considering what's going on with Bitcoin and everything that's going on, I don't think we should stay within here for too long. I think we probably should come upwards beyond this order block and coming upwards. So yeah, that's what I think for Solana. I think we would even if we don't, we kind of see boom, kind of bouncing off here, and then we stay below our EMA, and we bounced upwards, came down, and then we might hover again and then come upwards. In a perfect world where we don't have things skyrocketing upwards, if it was just normal price action, I would say, okay, we've stayed below our EMA, and then we come upwards, and then we're below our EMA, and we're starting to have this grey area. We're going to stay below the EMA again, and then start to come upwards. But like I said, bearing in mind what's going on with the entirety of the market, like Bitcoin and Ethereum and whatnot, everything, we're all going upwards. So I think we should break out of our EMA and come upwards. So now we're starting to move on to coins people suggested. However, Pepe is something I want to look at. I believe I don't know what I drew, but I drew something somewhere. What did I draw? Where was I? I can't remember what I drew. Was it, is it here? Oh, where did I draw this? It wasn't here. Hold on. I can't remember where I drew this. I swear I drew it. It must have been on one of the streams, right? So I'll see if I look at it. There's a lot of coins. So I've written it in my list. I don't know if I can look at every single coin because I've got a lot of coins on my list. But I'll try to do most of them. I can't remember what I think on stream. I can't remember which stream or whenever I suggested that we would come up really heftily. Was it here? No, it wasn't here. Where was it? Oh, can someone remember? Maybe Kishan? Can't remember. I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to look at Pepe because I thought I had a really good graph for it coming up. I swear I drew like a... So, yeah, I'll look at it, don't worry. I swear I had a drawing for like a big long, and it happened. I swear I did. I can't remember where it was. It must have been here. No, it wasn't. Oh, what have I done? Maybe not. Oh well. Okay, what's next? SHIB. Oh, what have I done? Idiot. There we go. Have I drawn on it recently? What's this? Everything's just gone up so crazy. That followed pretty accurately. Damn. That was really accurate. Look, boom, 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 boom. Okay, that must have been drawn like post price action because that was too accurate. All right. So have we moved upwards for? Okay, we've moved quite heavily upwards for our support points to actually matter. So I'm going to hide it for now. We've used this price point as resistance pretty heavily. So I'm going to bear that in mind. Looking for some sort of lines of like support. It seemed like we had like a fair value-ish gap here where we entered it and then came upwards. So that's already been used. Okay, interesting. We have quite a big one here, which could be something to pay attention to at about 2818. Draw that there. If we were to retract down to this price point, we could bounce up off it. Try and see if there's like an order block anywhere. I don't really see it. I mean, there's consistent highs here and lows, so that's also a support point. In terms of market stuff, let's just quickly look at it. Obviously, I know how the market is. I don't want to pay too much attention on it. Don't want to use it too much as like use it too strongly. Money flows coming downwards, VWAP negative and coming downwards. Momentum coming downwards and is red dots, local high, and we've got bearish divergence. So we've got so much saying go down. But what's nice to see, thick red dot, signifies to us that we're at a local high, which does obviously it took them a couple of times to pay attention to it, but does make sense. Things are coming downwards. Pretty much everything I could have thought of is to come down. Very high above 60 mark, red dot come downwards, money flow come downwards, starts to come negative. VWAP is in the negative and coming downwards. Everything's pointing downwards for SHIB. So I think we might have a quick retractment. I don't know. Obviously, bearing in mind with the market, what's going on, do need to just kind of pay attention to that. If you had to have like a 3%, it would be just about where. If you wanted a 3% or free risk to reward ratio, this would give you 12.8% profit. Don't know if we're going to come down to that. I'm not going to say this is something you do 100%, not financial advice. If you were to put that there, if you want a 2 ratio, which I think would be a bit better, it would be quite far above this resistance point, which would account for any little quick movements upwards. Again, it would also give you a 12.8% profit in terms of price action. But saying that, bear that in mind. Screenshot that if you do want it. I'm going to delete it though. Considering how the market is moving and everything's kind of coming upwards, surges, whatever, I don't think we're going to break out of a lot of these kind of trends and whatnot. So I wouldn't pay too much attention to what I've just said, but I'm just telling you what I can see from the data. But I wouldn't be surprised, again, similar to how a lot of things of what I've said today, where things break their resistance points, use it as support and come upwards again. I wouldn't be surprised if SHIB did the same thing, because how much everything's coming upwards. And once, I'm telling you this right now, the turning point will be when Bitcoin breaks its all-time high ever and we continue to go up above it. Things are just going to surge upwards. I think pretty much regardless. But the data is telling me we should come down for SHIB, but don't use that as too much of like, oh my god, this is going to happen, I'm going to short SHIB right now, because it's very unsure. It's very hard to trade in this market right now when everything's just continues to go upwards, external from the data, which Market Cyber has, for example. So it's not like we're in a normal trading situation where things are crabbing or things are just going based off normal price action. Not saying what has happened to Bitcoin isn't normal price action, but when something's chartable and Market Cyber kind of understands what's going on, it's not going to tell us oh my god, Bitcoin's going up. Don't pay attention to what I'm saying. So bear that in mind. But the data tells me there should be a 12.8% short for SHIB. But depending on how quick Bitcoin gets to its all-time high and breaks above it, if we have a recession on Bitcoin quickly, we are quite above the overbought situation or side of things for Bitcoin. We did have a recession or retractment, not recession, a retractment for the price. Then we could see things come down, like it's saying. Similar with how Solana will stay below its EMA. Ethereum will do the blue line, which I said, where it'll bounce off its resistance point and come down. SHIB would have this short. Things would happen. But that's if Bitcoin would retract, how it could do. But if it continues to go upwards, like it could very well do, things just aren't gonna act how they should do based on data. So that was SHIB. I'm gonna leave this drawn just in case. But like I said, I wouldn't pay too much attention to it. So 2%. You could go to the midpoint. I'd probably go to be safe than sorry and go to the top end of this fair value gap. 12.9% profit. This is a 1.75 risk to reward, so I'll probably put this down. You could put it here. You could put it to resistance point and have it as a free risk to reward ratio, but that's a bit risky. 2 is all right for its risk to reward ratio, so you could probably put it around here. Have it as a resistance point, have it at resistance, and have a bit of a padding on your stop loss. In case we quickly wicked towards above this resistance point, that could very well happen. Just in case. So someone saw even all made it, better late than never. That is very true. Better late than never. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, I think that's it for SHIB. Just bear in mind what I said. If Bitcoin continues to go upwards, breaks all-time high, this, that, the other, we're going to just continue to go upwards. But if we do trace a tiny bit or kind of hover a bit, we could see things play out before we continue to go upwards again. So even if we hover, at its all-time high, or we hover for Bitcoin, things will probably have enough time to act accordingly to the data and then come upwards. But yeah, just bear it in mind. Be careful. I think the main preface with this current market right now is just be careful. Because we're in bull situation right now, so taking shorts is quite risky. It's better. I'd rather just take a long. If I see a long, I'll take a long. But it's telling us we should have a short, but it's hard to say. Yes, this guy. Okay, boo. I'm looking at Solab. Don't worry, I will look at it at the end. I go in order of appearance in terms of people commenting for the coin. So SHIB was said quite a while. I think it might have been on the platform you're on right now. I'm looking at Faya right now. Faya. I hope that is that. Has it been? Have I spelled it wrong, or am I gonna have to go to bed? Do you know what this means? It means I'm gonna have to use chalk and slate and torches with fire and sticks and stones, and I'm gonna have to go kill woolly mouse to make sure I'm warm. Like this is like. If I go find this coin, and it is spelt right. All right, it's fine. It means I can do TA quite fast. I'm on the wrong corner, aren't I? Exactly, yeah. Brave person's short at the moment. Never jump in front of a steam train with your hand up thinking something. Exactly, 100%. We're in a bull situation right now. That's why I try to preface it so much. The data is telling me, we should have a short for SHIB, a 12.9%, move downwards for SHIB. However, bear in mind what's going on in the market right now and what's, this Bitcoin situation right now. I'd rather take longs than shorts right now. But like I said, if we had a hoverage or we traced a bit bouncing off our previous, all-time high, we could have enough time for a move like that before we move upwards again. So yeah, I don't know. I could be on the wrong coin. I don't know what I'm looking at. So for that person, I'm going to move on. I'm sorry. Maybe I've spelled it wrong. But I'm not doing TA on this. It literally is no point. Oh wait, hold on, wait. I can see. Hold on, wait. There might be a bull pennant. Hold on, I can see it. Look, see? Wait. And then do length. There you go. Here's your TA guy. Hold on. Sorry, it's quite small. I can't really see. There you go. Okay, yeah, so we might go up 0%. There you go. I think this is the TA for Fire. So for the guy who suggested the coin, here's your TA. So I think, we had a 0% move for the past forever. So based on this, we're in this, we see it's quite like a bull flag, or it's a bull pennant, sorry. If we go based on the pole width, if we go up to, go from 25340 all the way up to 25340, and if we measure it, we can see we've got a 0% move upwards. So, maybe not long. I don't think you make too much profit on a 0% move upwards. So, you might want to look at different coins, maybe some of the coins I looked at for the stream. So I wouldn't advise investing in this because you wouldn't make any profit on a 0% long. Even if you did 100x, you wouldn't make anything. So, sorry, I could be on the wrong coin. I don't know, I've just mocked this coin for no reason. But yeah, the next one is Myria, not Myra. Okay. I can't believe it. Mickey093. Hey, bro, big fan. Give me USD, bro. Please help. No, you can't do that. You can't play on my heartstrings and then ask for money. Okay. Anyway, Myra, here we go. An actual coin. Good. Glad to see. We got an actual coin to look at. Okay, this is good. I've actually got good price action. Okay. All right. Thank you for actually suggesting a normal coin. So, okay, we can kind of see we've got like a kind of trend here. Bounce. Okay, good. We've got a good trend line. So we've got bullish trend. Dare I say we've got a bullish trend in the current situation? Dare I say it? But I can't ignore the data. We do look like we're on a bullish trend. Bitcoin invest in Chug Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good one. We actually have a simple significance resistance point. No way. Let's go. That's a shock. No way. Can't believe it. Nicky, no amount of love heart or emojis is gonna make me give you money. You're not getting anything. Anyway, so is it Myria? You got Myra. I think this is Myria. So it seems like we bounced off our support point within the hour. Within. Oh wait, we should have printed new. Oh, there we go. Look at that. So we have printed new. Probably coming upwards, to be fair, because looking at the fact that we've kind of bounced and then it looks like we'll probably come up again. We are very close to our EMA point. So what it's looking... Oh, it just redrew its support. Okay, good. So it just redrew its support point. Resistance point, sorry. So similar with how I say, with EMAs and resistance and support points and the price, when they all kind of meet and meet up. I don't know what you want to say. Probably within this area, when the EMA does this, price does this, and we're very close to this point, we kind of just squished ourselves together, pressure cook ourselves, and we blast. Now, the question is which direction we're going to blast. Well, it could be above this resistance point, kaboosh, up here, or we break all the way down to go to our support point, badoosh, like this. So, either a 4.5% move upwards or downwards, and nearly a 10% move upwards from this point. Obviously, if I do this here, so we kind of have to come upwards. Kind of looks like we've got... Oh, let me do this. Yeah. There we go. So, we're in this range. So, in theory, if you were to look at this, if I was to hide every single thing I've just drawn and every indicator ever, what would you? This is some Dora the Explorer stuff right now. I'm gonna look around, put my back on, and the monkey's on my shoulder. Guys, oh my god, what's gonna happen to the chart? Can you see what's gonna happen? Because I can. Yeah, that's right. Let's draw this out for ourselves. Bounce, 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 bounce. What? No way. So that's what I kind of think is going to happen. So it starts to get really tight. So we might be even tighter over here. So, dare I say we go upwards? I don't know. It might be a bit distasteful of me saying we're going to go upwards in the bull market. But it does, we look like we're in a pretty obvious range right now. Or pretty obvious upwards trend for Myria, or whatever you say. So I think we probably should come upwards to the upper end of this, which would be a 10% move upwards. Lovely jubbly. Yeah. These are nice comments. I can't do these. But yeah, I think we might have moved upwards for Myra. Obviously, if we ignore all other things, there'll probably be a midpoint somewhere we bounce off of. We've got kind of even though we already entered it, to be fair, we had a bearish fair value gap. Oh, look at that. Look, upwards trend hovered, our structure shift, hoverage, came downward, produced this fair value gap, and then we bounced off the center point of the fair value gap. You can't get better than that. Anyway, I think we should go upwards. I think we might be continuing this trend. I don't think, even if we did, I don't think we're going to, to be fair, let me not say just yet, because I actually haven't looked at Market Cipher. Market Cipher, what's it called? B. So, very negative money flow. Makes sense. Downwards trend. We were going to the bottom of this. If we kind of... Okay, dare I say... Okay. I'm going to have to go out on a whim here. Hopefully, you guys, hold on to your seats. Low. Okay, big, very big, very big. Low. Very, very, yes. Very big, yes. Low. Not as big. Low. Upwards. It doesn't get more consistent than that. I think we'll go upwards for Mara. 10% move upwards. Possible, not financial advice. It is a long though. Things go upwards. Bull market, go upwards. Don't need to say much else. Gala. Let's have a look at Gala. I don't know if I've looked at Gala recently or ever. No, I have looked at it ever, but recently, trend, kaboosh. Oh, it looks like we're kind of breaking it. We had a really consistent thing going on here. And then, look, really consistent, and we kind of broke below, and now we're kind of breaking below again. However, we do have support there. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Kind of had this as our fair value gap-ish area, where we kind of entered it, came upwards. Maybe keep that, I don't know. Okay, not much. I keep it zoomed out to see if there's anything, like if we kind of squint our eyes, is there anything consistent we can see, any trends, this, that, the other. I can kind of see maybe something here. Okay, I could see this happening, using this as our support now. We used it as resistance, and now it's, and then we completely surged above it. Maybe now being a support, could be a support level. Could be support. So we've got a trend line. Regardless, we do have a very close support point. VWAP is negative going down. Money flow is negative going down. Momentum is going down, but it's not too overbought. So general trend probably coming downwards. So what I could see happening, continue to come downwards, probably bouncing off support. Things start to come upwards, maybe coming upwards. I don't know where would come upwards. Maybe a previous high point, maybe here. We can see there's a consistent, high point here for Gala. So if we had that as a long from this support point, if you were to get in pretty well, if you want like a 3, okay, you could probably do you could probably use this as the previous support point. But if you wanted a 3 risk reward ratio, which is pretty good, that's pretty safe. That's quite far away. Obviously, we went down previously, but that's quite close. So this could happen. I mean, obviously it's a long, so it could very well happen. So I think movement downwards, following this line. I don't think we'd go down too much more. Obviously, if we see like previous situations where we're kind of in the same scenario, we've had a very, it wasn't too much of a movement downwards. So if we were to come to this position, we'd have a slight bit more movement down for the momentum and then coming upwards. So we can see here, slight move downwards for the momentum would mean kind of coming down to this support point down here. Now, if we pay attention to what happened here, we had we came down, arced, and then came upwards again, and arced, and then came upwards. So similar situation, if we kind of did that, we could see a situation where we come down to here, come upwards a bit, bounce again, and then come upwards. So let me delete some of these hard-looking lines. There we go. So that could happen. I wouldn't be surprised about that. So let's just bear that in mind. What do you think about Jasmine CVP coins? I don't know what. I think, are those separate coins? I'll write them down. Hopefully I can cover them. We have been going for an hour. I've got 4 other coins apart from those 2, so we're gonna have to rattle it on. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if this happens. Continuance down to support point, and then bouncing up to the top of the range. Obviously, maybe having some sort of resistance in the middle. Maybe the midpoint, as you can see, like kind of having bounce off here, using its support. Wouldn't be surprised if we had resistance at this midpoint. If we go in, we can see, here we kind of used it. Here we kind of used it as like a area. Just press space. What am I even looking at? Gala. Let's go back now. There we go. So yeah, this midpoint I was just talking about. There we go. So we kind of used it here and here as a area of support and resistance. Used it pretty consistently over here, and then we fell below it. I wouldn't be surprised if we use it as resistance now, and then maybe stay below it a bit. So it could be a deciding factor if we go all the way to the top of this range or not. So you could probably get a 2.7 risk reward ratio. I'd probably only really go to this midpoint. Maybe you could probably do a 10x. You could probably do a 10x. That would give you a 19% move up, which is decent. That's about 20%. That's about a fifth of profit, which is pretty good. Not too bad. Obviously, there's probably better trades out there, but I'd have to go through every single coin to try and find them. Because you don't know what's going to happen at this midpoint. In general, things are going to go upwards, so it could ignore this midpoint and go upwards, but you'd rather be safe than sorry. So you could pay attention to this midpoint. Seeing as though we used it, because over here, for example, we had a similar situation where we continued to go downwards, and then went up to it, and then came down again. Similar situation, coming down, went up to it, come down again. I wouldn't be surprised if we use it as resistance and then bounce below. So let me alter that. There we go. So that's Gala. ApeCoin now. There we go. I don't know what I typed, but I clearly typed something wrong. Bonjour. Hello. How are you? Hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully, I don't know how long you've been here. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. If not, hopefully you enjoy the rest of it. We've not got too many coins left. But if you do have a coin obviously to look at, I might not cover it. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. Because we're now 10 minutes in. We've got about 5 other coins excluding this. So I'm going to whittle these off pretty fast. So hopefully, hopefully you can excuse me for going pretty fast through these, because I'm gonna have, if I want to have to cover everything, I'm gonna have to go pretty fast. So what's gonna happen with Bitcoin? So the money flow is pretty rough. That's really rough. I don't know what's going on there. So from what I can see, we're overbought, not too overbought. So I wouldn't go too crazy about it. VWAP really heavy down, close to the 0 mark, going negative. Money flow negative and coming downwards. So we could see some negative movement. How much to say, I'm not sure. But we are in a negative trend apparently, and generally coming downwards. And if we can zoom in our money flow, we can our momentum. Sorry, we can start to see like it's starting to arc now. So a downwards movement. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a bit of a downwards movement. But the momentum isn't too high for it to actually be a crazy negative movement, because we've had a situation like this where if we see above the 60 mark a negative movement, come down, above the 60 mark come down, and then not above the 60 mark, slight move down, kind of not really anywhere, slight move downwards. So the magnitude of the move downwards isn't going to be crazy. So we might move to like a midpoint, maybe here. I won't be surprised if we move to $2.32 for ape. Pepe, I did look at Pepe, but yeah, I technically looked at Pepe. I didn't actually look and didn't draw a chart. I'm gonna do it. I'll do it next stream. I'll draw it next stream. I've got too many coins. Sorry. So you'll have to join me next stream. Doge. Do you know what? I'll add to the list. Okay, so okay. We're gonna speed run now. I'm gonna do this really fast. So what's gonna happen? Pepe, ape, move down, hover a bit, maybe even come to our previous point here. Obviously, what's going on with Bitcoin, moving upwards. Maria, yes. Anything on Maria? Yes. I already covered it. I'll quickly go back to it and show you. Pepe, not Pepe. I'm getting infected with coins. Ape, slight move downwards. Maybe a move upwards then, because our money flow isn't really too crazy. It's kind of neutral. Everything's kind of neutral. A slight movement downwards. Maybe, and then as coins move how they're gonna move, movement upwards towards our resistance point. I'll show you the Mario chart really quickly again. I think this is the one where we're in the range. Yeah, so I think we're just gonna continue to go upwards. I basically just said, kind of got this night. It's about 10% move upwards. For SHIB, I looked at SHIB already, I think. So for I'm not looking at that. Okay, no, I'm putting my foot down. Okay, I can't do this anymore. I feel like I'm going crazy. There's too many coins. I can't look at all these coins. Next stream, I will look at some of these coins. Okay, I will quickly go back to the SHIB chart because someone asked about it. I'll show you the SHIB chart. Where can you put your low point? Probably moving it. Crap. There you go. A 3% moves good. Previous wick low. This could be a pretty good long. Obviously, I know we're kind of a bit below. I like Mara. We've been in this constant bull trend for so long now. Someone just said Dash. I hope that's not a crypto. I can't look at it. I'm not looking at it. All right. You know what? Let me make a new notepad. Okay. So I've got Dash. We've got that coin. I'm not gonna say it out loud. We've got Pepe. And we've got Doge. I will look at the next stream. I can't do this. I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to lose my mind. SHIB. I'll quickly show the chart. I think I already drew some of it. Show you the chart. What was I drawing again? What was his line? Oh yeah, I thought we were going to come down, weren't we? Oh yeah, this is what I was saying, yeah. Yeah, this is when you said about selling for a trade. Yeah, so basically, as I was trying to really preface, oh yeah, actually, to be fair, we've printed out on the hour now, so my money still, everything's kind of still coming downwards. So I thought we might have a short downwards. Don't know how far though, but I did say, it could actually be these previous lows. I wouldn't really take a trade. It's quite like there's not really too much movement downwards. It's already kind of moved quite far downwards, but considering what's going on with the market, there's probably movement upwards. So I wouldn't look at SHIB. Eventually it'll all start going upwards. So if you do hold it, just hold it. I wouldn't really sell right now. But if you're looking for a future type of trade, I'll look at maybe Myra or Myria, what it's called, sorry, than this, because It's not really that good. So I need to quickly go on order USDT. It's going to take me 30 seconds. All right. Momentum down, V up down, negative, money flow down. We should maybe come down. Where to? I hear you ask. Bounced off that. These had previous highs here. Could that come down to here maybe? Double simple significance. We've actually got a support point here, so I'm probably going to go here. Hold on, right. There we go. All right, so probably come down to this support point we have now. Maybe round out and come upwards again. But in general, I think we're just going to come upwards. I don't know. I can't remember saying things. I don't think we'll move down too much, to be fair. Like, we're oversold. We should probably not really move too much. Because, I mean, consider what's going on in the market. Like, we shouldn't really have shorts. We're in a range, and we're at the bottom of the range. So we eventually will come up. So look to see where we are. Look to come to $82.63, and then look for a long. That's all I'll say, really, for order. So there you go. I'll quickly draw. If you know what, I'll do it to the previous highs because that's probably more accurate than anything else. You can probably get a 4 risk reward ratio. Just be careful. I don't know why there's white lines here. Oh no, I know why. Yeah, delete it, whatever. So 2% padding on here gives you a 4.5% risk reward. If you wanted free would be a lot safer. It would be too far away for you to care. It would be even below this support point. So this could be a decent trade, and it's a long. Maybe look for a long on Audi. Possibly, not financial advice. Okay, it's not on here. I'm not looking at it. Sorry. So I've used. Okay, here we go. This is okay. You're looking. This is on here. Solav. I'm not looking at GM Star. I'm sorry to have said it. I'm not going all the way to Bird's Eye and quickly looking at it. I can't bother. It's going to take us all the way out of Training View. I'm not going to bother. Okay, so. It seems like we're actually trying to come above this and use it as support, but it looks like this was a resistance point. However, it could be a quick wick upwards and come downwards. So, okay, well, there you go, wicking upward, that's good. What's going on with Bitcoin? Actually, wait, let me quickly check, just in case, what's going on with Bitcoin? Okay. There we go. So we could use this as support. Obviously, it depends where we print out. But if we did use the support, probably, you know, retract down to a bit and then probably continue to come upwards, giving us, I'd love to, there we go. You know, nearly a 7.94% move upwards would be pretty good. I'll just be looking for longs right now in this current situation we're in. 3%, you know, going to the 2% bottom of this support point, if we stay above this, you know, give you nearly a 3% risk reward ratio. 8% profit's pretty good. To be safer, would probably go to the lowest point, which would give you 1.5. Isn't too great, but if we fall. But if we consider where we are, for the fact that, you know, if we look generally, you know, we've been coming down for a while, and then, you know, we've kind of, you know, come to here, and now we're starting to come upwards. The last time this kind of happened, you know, we came down and it came quite rapidly upwards and then came down again. So, and paying attention to, you know, what's going on with Bitcoin and whatnot. You know, coming upwards wouldn't be too rare for me to say. We are in a, you know, bull situation right now. So, I mean, I think coming up for Salive wouldn't be too crazy for me to say. Give you 8.2%, which is good. It depends if you're doing futures or not. If you're holding it, how long was this? 22nd February. I mean, if you're holding it, again, even if you're holding it, I would say probably continue to hold it because I think it probably starts to come upwards. Because especially what's going on with Bitcoins, you know, and the general big coins, everything's pushing upwards a bit, and things are in this, you know, bull trend and whatnot. So, you know, even if you're holding it, I'd say just continue to hold it. If you're looking for futures, you know, this could be a pretty good trade. I mean, it's 1.5 risk reward. There's been better trades throughout the stream from some of the coins I've looked at, so yeah, bear that in mind. But it could go up about 8%. So even if you did a 10x, let's say, or 5x, you know, 8% allows you to do a small. Obviously, if you want to do 20x, that's your, you know, decision. But it allows you to do a smaller ratio or multiplication amount, you know, and it actually matter, you know, giving you a big profit. So you know, it could be a good trade. But I'm moving quite fast. So Jasmine. I'm going to go so quick right now. Okay, cool. So what we've got, so moving downwards, looking like we're kind of bouncing out and coming upwards again. Maybe up to the top. We're technically oversold. VWAP's coming down. Money flow's kind of coming upwards. We could hover for a bit, you know, kind of here, and then come upwards. I'm just going to do it to the previous high because this is kind of an outlier. What's my saying? We're technically basically above our EMA, so moving upwards wouldn't be too crazy for me to say. If you were to long where we are right now, going to this high point, you could do the previous support point and have 3.5%, a 3.5 risk reward. I'd probably do it on the lower end, giving you a 2.5 roughly risk reward, which isn't too bad, and you'd get 9.5% profit if you were to long this. Not financial advice, but I mean, money flow is technically going up. It's technically in bull, but VWAP is quite negative, or is negative and going down. You know, we're quite negative right now, so it's hard to say if we can come down a bit more. But even if we did, I don't think we'll come down as low as a 4% move down for Jasmine. I think I was trying to say Jammy, but I don't think we'll move too far down for Jasmine. It's a funny name to say. I don't think it would be like a 3.8% move down. I don't think it'd be too crazy like that. We could definitely see it moving upwards, especially with what's going on. I keep on saying this every single time, especially with what's going on. We probably should see a movement upwards. I mean, we've been going down for like the past today. So, you know, I'd probably start to see some long eventually come in, especially for the fact that, you know, we had the smallest red dot momentum shift in the entire history of mankind, and we had quite a big red candle down. So a quick green upwards for our momentum, you know, could move us quite heavily upwards. Jasmine, I could try and look for a long. It'd be a 9.5. I think everyone's going to start to come upwards though. I mean, I keep on saying everything's coming upwards. There we go. But you know, it's just generally what's happening with the market. So, you know, it's not too good. Again, I mean, you know, downwards movement, probably coming upwards to our previous high. You know, oversold, money flow coming upwards, VWAP positive, everything's kind of coming upwards. You know, looking for a long right now, going to our previous high. Maybe having, if you wanted even if you wanted a 5 risk reward ratio, you could probably do it. If you wanted a 3, that's pretty good. Like, I think this is pretty good. You know, you'd be in profit right now, for example. You know, coming upwards, give me 4.28% profit, could be pretty decent. 3.2 risk reward ratio is kind of where it's at. Obviously, it depends if you're holding the coin, it's a bit different story. If you're doing futures, if I'd assume you're doing futures, then obviously you could do a 10x, you get 40% profit if it was to happen. It depends on what ratio you do. I normally do like 15x anyway. Like, I'd rather do a really confident 15x, which gives a good profit than anything else. Than like small little like 5x trades, because, you know, it's going to eat you up. The fee's going to eat you up. But this could be a good trade. I feel like a bit of a fraud just saying this is going to go up, this is going to go up, this is going to have a long. But just think like the past 3 coins have all had the same movement, and the market is just generally moving up anyway. So it's not, you know, I don't want to sound like I'm just saying the same thing over and over again, but things are just generally going upwards. And as long as Bitcoin continues to go upwards and doesn't have a complete like big retractment, then things are just going to go upwards to these price points. So, you know, that's all I'll have to really say. So we'll go back to the Bitcoin chart. I've whittled through so many coins really fast because I had to. It just seems like we're bouncing off our thing, which, as I said earlier, it just seemed like we were going to bounce off this our trend line and continue to go upwards. I don't really see ourselves, you know, coming to a complete halt for Bitcoin, and not at least until we go to our previous all-time high. Maybe at this theoretical 68,000. This is it's like quantum physics. What I've drawn now, obviously it shouldn't be quantum physics, it's not that crazy, but it's using the fib levels on where you expect the price point to be at in terms of a resistance level. So, you know, if we use previous all-time high as this so-called line, where's the thing? There it is. Then what price points would we get? Well, if we was to use this price point, which I expect as well, we can see we're kind of bouncing. That's pretty good, actually. So, yeah, keep that in mind. I'm going to leave that there. Actually, no, I'm not. But bear that in mind. Just screenshot that. Actually, whatever. Bear that in mind. Just ingrain this into your mind that we're bouncing off this fib level, as I said. Anyways, let's bring that back there. Okay, so yeah, that's what I kind of see. Resistance at 68,000, 68 free. Maybe ignore this orange line, but just general natural number areas for Bitcoin. We will see resistance in the future, which makes sense. You know, we shouldn't just completely go up to Bitcoin. That's why we're having these slight bounces onto our trend line. But if we're not testing our support, then what we're doing. So I think that's pretty much it for the stream. I've had to go through so fast. You know, it's been an hour and 25 minutes, probably an hour 15, depending, you know, paying attention to how long the intro was. So an hour and 15 minutes of me doing TA and talking, you know, that's, you know, I tried to get through. We've had a lot of coins to cover today. So in terms of what I'm doing next stream, I'm going to do the normal ones. I'm going to do Dash, that coin I'm not going to say the name of, Pepe and Doge. We'll cover these coins in the next stream. So if I didn't cover them today, I had so many coins to cover. So, you know, please bear with me. May I purchase Jamsey, or Jasmine, whatever it's called? Well, based on my TA, this is what I kind of think is going to happen. Because like, if you can kind of see, if kind of like squint your eyes, you know what? Let me change to maybe it's easier. That's not a lot easier. Is it not like a rounded out? I know. Where's the? None of these help me. I want like an over, like, what's the word for it? I want like an over simplified chart way, so really general. But when you're saying may I purchase, well, as you can kind of just theorize with me, you know, price coming downwards pretty consistently, and then we've got this candle here, where we've we've got this price here, it's kind of the turning point. So you can see, you know, coming downwards, price point, and now we're starting to come upwards. So I think we're going to have this arcing kind of action going on with the price. So I think we'd have a long situation coming in. So if you wanted to purchase, this is kind of a long situation right now. Obviously, you'd have to alter it, so it might not exactly be 9.5% profit. But this is kind of where I'd put my positions. 2.5 risk reward ratio is pretty good. So for man 0001, 9.5% profit, putting your stop loss at 0.023077. Obviously, your take profit being 026296 could be a good trade. Not financial advice. That is not financial advice. I do not condone any of this, whatever. Oh, can I like put the thing in? What's this? Hold on. No, I'm not saying it. Okay. No, I saw that. I'm not saying it. I don't know what this little line is. I'm trying to make it so. Oh, because it got stopped out. Right. Okay. There we go. I'm trying to make it so it shows us the thing, the line, to actually know what's going on right now. Alright, there you go. Okay, there we go. So there you go. I've kind of set it up. So about 9% profit. So if you want to set this trade, you could. Two risk reward ratio is pretty good. You'd be quite safe with this stop loss. You'd be quite safe. And considering what's going on, you know, as Bitcoin's coming down to its trend level and then coming upwards again, things are going to continue to surge upwards. So I think we're kind of arcing out and coming upwards for Jasmine. So if you want to check this trade, I could see a good trade in this. That's not financial advice. Off your own bat. You know, don't take any trades based on what I say. I'm just looking at the data. But yeah, anyway, thank you all of you so much for watching. It's been a jam-packed stream. It's been a lot of coins, and thank you for all of you. I appreciate it, because, you know, as much as I'm saying, oh my god, I can't do this, there's so many coins, I can't do all of them, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do the next stream. It's better than me going, you know, we're 50 minutes into the stream, I've covered the basic coins, I'm gone, okay, well, no one really wants me to look at anything, so I'm just going to end the stream. You know, so I'd rather there be too many coins and me look at them over a couple streams than there be no coins. So thank you, each and every one of you, for suggesting, you know, saying anything nice. I'm not looking, man. I'm sorry. I'm ending the stream. Thank you for all of you, you know, putting the coins in and giving me, you know, suggestions, allowing me to actually, you know, produce something, you know, on the stream. So thank you, each and every one of you, for suggesting. Yeah, thank you for everyone putting comments, questions, whatever. Matic, I'll look at that next stream. Matic SHIB, I've already looked at SHIB. CKB, I'm about to end the stream, so go back in the stream, you can find SHIB. I need to end the stream. Yeah, so I've written down Matic and CKB. So I will look at the next stream. So come join us on the next stream. I believe it should be Wednesday, hopefully. I don't think we're doing, because like on Wednesdays we do like AMA type of stuff. I don't know if we have one set up. If not, I'll be here Wednesday, and I will cover all these coins on the stream. So if you come join us next time on Wednesday, then I will be doing all these coins which you want us to look at right now. I need to end the stream. I've looked at about 12 coins. It's drained me. I'm gonna go. So thank you all of you for suggesting. I can put some screenshots if you come to our. There's a certain link in the description of where you are right now. It begins with T, ends in M. If you've already joined there, you know what I'm talking about. Go join that area. Go to the trading area. You can ask questions there. If you want me to post any charts I've already drawn on today's stream, just for you to look at, or the take profits and stop losses and whatnot, then I will post them. But that being said, thank you so much. I'm not covering all these coins. There's too many coins for me to cover. So yes, we could moving fast would be better Wednesday. We could do. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the time for us to get to the all-time high, like Wednesday. So like, if we see how the trend's going, we're kind of going all the way here. So by the morning of tomorrow, we could be at the all-time high, and I think we might hover for a bit. I don't know how long to hover, or if we retract. But I think we will see at some like resistance at this all-time high at least. Most profitable coin, I don't know. But yeah, I've just had people in there. I don't know. Pife was pretty good. I think my highest profit of recent was about 111% on Pife. I did I think it might have been like 10x. It was a big percentage anyway. But I think I did like a 10x long. I think it's like 111, 112%. So that was pretty profitable. So if you want to look at Pife, you can. But yeah, so I'm ending. Thank you so much. You've all been so nice. You've all been talking. Thank you so much. I might be back when I should hopefully might be back on Wednesday. So get your suggestions ready. I will be looking at all the coins you've suggested. But yeah, thank you so much. There's been quite a couple of trades today, which we could have taken, which look pretty good. I do like the Jasmine one looks pretty decent. So yeah, thank you so much. Yapped on. I'm gonna end the stream now. That's it from me. Thank you, and I'll see you hopefully Wednesday. Goodbye.
Come on, 50.